just don't want cheating in our elections. And you see it happening in California. Those numbers are coming down rapidly. They found a lot of mail-in ballots last night, shockingly. So we don't want that. Then we added best of. This is best of Trump. No men in women's sports. No transgender mutilization surgery for our children. I would say that's pretty close to 99-1 also.
Hi, hello, what's up? Navigator here. Today we're talking about Democrats clearly cheating in Los Angeles. Yeah, they're cheating. And they're doing it by, what they do is they figure out how many votes they need in order to win, then they turn that all into late mail-in ballots, which is allowed because it's in their laws, because, yeah, they're cheating. And because of that, everyone in America are clearly seeing it with their eyes. And it's not even, they're not even hiding it. It's obvious. And it's getting so bad that they're actually thinking about bringing in the Supreme Court. Because, I mean, heck, think about it like this. They're saying that it's going to take 3 weeks or a month to finish voting. Florida has mail-in voting, and it takes them less than that. India, millions of people live there. It takes them a day for voting. It's just a laughing stock. They're just trying to cheat, and it's so obvious. Like, that's all they're doing. And yeah, President Trump is even getting to the point where, yeah, he's trying to get... He's telling everyone that, yeah, they're cheating, and it's time to pass the Save America Act, which they have something to talk about that with later. And see...
But millions of votes still need to be counted, which, of course, could change the results. And part of the delay is because so many people in California vote by mail, and those ballots, of course, take longer to receive, verify, and count. Hilton is frustrated.
It's just unbelievable. And of course, that's why so many people don't believe the results. But it just undermines confidence. There's no excuse for it, except this is the kind of thing I think you get with 16 years of one-party rule, this corrupt Democrat machine in power for so long. They just lose touch with reality. They don't realize how ridiculous this all seems to normal people.
So the uncounted ballots could lean Democratic, but Hilton thinks he'll maintain his lead because people are hungry for change.
Honestly, it's the conservative populism that you've been an advocate for so long. Focus on working class, the multiracial working class.
Yes, it's all cheating. California is nothing more than a third world country with the way it's been a banana republic. Like, don't forget, Gavin Newsom did say they will make sure that even if Spencer Pratt does win, they will do something to make sure he doesn't get power. Like how the Democrats and the establishment did to Trump. And don't think the president hasn't been paying attention. He's been clearly seeing the cheating on the wall, and he's sending 2 messages to 2 different groups. One, the Supreme Court, to get their butts off their seats and do something about it for the obvious cheating, because it's obvious to everyone in the country that's what's going on. They're using the whole mail-in ballot system to cheat. They're paying homeless people to cheat. They're using non-citizens to cheat. We all know it. And he's getting the Supreme Court involved, and he's telling the Senate, John Thune, to pass the Save America Act, which actually did do, which proved that even with JD Vance, you don't need 60. So yeah, go ahead and do your job. But yeah, here's a president and how he's agreed. Yeah, we have to do something about these Democrats. They're cheating. Let's be honest. It's a completely Democrat-ran state, and they don't want change. They want to keep it poor. They want the socialism. They drive out all the business and have all their subjects eventually going to starve. Like, let's be honest. If any country was going to start starving, it would be California first or New York. But yeah, here's a president.
They rigged the election. When I turned, the election was totally rigged. It was a rigged election, just like they're rigging the election right now, it looks like in California. Can you imagine? It's 4 days, and they still aren't even close to telling you who won. You know why? Because they're rigging the election, that's why. 4 days. You know, in Spain, they had it like, I'm not a big fan of Spain, to be honest with you. It's gone very far left. But they had an election. All the votes were in, similar size to the state of California, a little larger, actually. And every vote was in by 10 o'clock in the evening and counted. You're going to be waiting weeks to get these votes. It's corrupt. Somebody said it's incompetent. I said, no, just the opposite. It's unbelievably competent if you happen to be a Democrat politician. Because with their policies, the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And when you look at an election, not even relatively a big election, For one state, for one city, for Los Angeles, they're nowhere close to counting the votes. But you look at what's happening. It's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And the people that were supposed to win, bad things are happening. It's a crooked state. We have crooked third world elections in a lot of our states, and we should pass our Save America Act. Amazing. And that'll really stop it too. That'll stop it. You know, that's where you have voter ID. It's where you have birth of, you know, your citizenship. You have to prove your citizenship. I think that sounds good. And also, you know, I added a couple in there. Also, the ballots, the voting, the mail-in ballots, so crooked. They send millions of ballots out all over the place. If you're a Democrat, sometimes you get 6 or 7. If you're a Republican, you have to call up, where are my ballots? It's such a crooked deal. We're third world country. But I added 2 things. No men playing in women's sports. And this is like best of. No transgender mutilization surgery on your child, on your children. None.
The interesting thing is that there is a Supreme Court case pending right now. The court's already heard it. We're waiting at this end of the term in June. We get all of these last decisions, the big ones. This one came out of Mississippi, and it deals with a state law that says how long you can count ballots after Election Day, if they're postmarked, what the grace period is there. So I can't wait. We're going to get opinions next Thursday. Maybe that's in the pile, but it's certainly something that could, you know, be a big resounding ripple effect across the country based on what they decide in Mississippi.
Yeah, you know, this all changed during COVID. And California changed, like they were on steroids, the way they were changing their election laws in 2001, just extending the grace period that they were giving so many people. And it's led to this. And, you know, Shannon, it's flown under the radar, because we've been focused on national elections 2 years ago and the midterms 2 years before that. But California, like determining the balance of power in the House, we've been waiting on California for 4 years now. And yet again, we've got this one. Meanwhile, in this.
And yes, I agree with everything with the president. They're just cheating. But something here I've been thinking about. This feels like a trap. Just like with the Democrats try to redistrict in Virginia and it bit them in the face. I feel like if they do this and are doing it so blatantly and obviously that everybody knows they're cheating, and if everybody is going to be Trump all over again like it was in 20 when Biden won. This is going to set up a lot of fires that they won't be able to put out, because they will make it. Because of this, I have a feeling that mail-in voting is going to get completely done, which will take out another pillar of how they stay in power. And that's just going to be awesome. And they'll have really nothing else to do about it. And the obvious cheating is going so bad that Senator Mike Lee actually forced on the Save America vote last night. It got 50. With JD Vance, it would be 51. And after this, I think it's happening. I agree. It's no more excuses. They need a nuclear filibuster. And no, I don't want to hear anyone say, "Oh, we can't do that because Democrats don't." They already will. We all know they will. Hell, they did it. They tried it before. If it wasn't for John Fetterman and one other Democrat that's gone because she didn't vote for nuking the filibuster, they already would have done it, and we would be a one-state majority living under communism, which means we would have been in a force. The country would have been split up and civil war immediately, because no one wants to live under communism, because, you know, hunger, starvation, and crucible poverty. There's a reason why all the countries in BRICS are falling apart, because as soon as you take one of them apart and take them down, the rest go, because they're all dependent on each other. Communism equals non-stability. It equals regression. Look at New York, California, all Democrat city-states. But yes, take a look, and it's just a fact. And people are done with it. Even take a look into Mike Lee. He went full beast last night.
President, first of all,
I recognize the senator from Utah.
The Department of Homeland Security has found tens of thousands of registered non-citizens in the United States. Pursuant to Section 904 of the Congressional Budget Act of 1974, I move to waive all provisions of the applicable budget resolutions. I move to waive all applicable sections of the Act and all applicable budget resolutions for purposes of the pending amendment, and I ask for the yeas and nays.
Is there sufficient? On this vote, the yeas are 50 and the nays are 49. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn have not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to. The point of order is sustained and the amendment fails.
Yeah, it's time to eliminate a filibuster. Can't even talk right now. Yeah, it's time to eliminate. Get rid of the filibuster, get rid of Thune, and that's it. No more Democrats will be able to win once the Save America's Act is pulled because they rely solely on cheating and fraud. And no Rhino will win, period, because they can't get either votes. And yeah, America's coming to a new road, and I'm liking it. And to finish it off, I'll go through a passage in the Bible, which really does make sense right about now. Remove the turban, and take off the crown. Nothing shall remain the same. Exalt the humble, and humble the exalted. Overthrow the overthrown. I will make it overthrown. I shall be no longer. Unite, he comes, whom's right it is, and I will give it to him. Thank you. This has been Navigator Podcast. Please come back again soon, and don't be afraid to leave a like or comment.